1982 was one of the best years in movie history.
Indulge me.
Now, many other great films came out that year, but to be honest, one of the greatest movies and science fiction movies ever made came out that year. Blade Runner, the dark dystopian, android hunting, weirdly enough, a sort of sci-fi love story. Not many people talk of Blade Runner in such a way. So let's start with the definition of an android. Now, many of you know what an android is already. However, in fiction, there are various forms of androids. Some authors even blur the lines between a cyborg and an android. A cyborg being more half man, half machine, and an android being a full automaton machine, artificial being that looks and behaves like a human, or human-like. In other words, an android is a humanoid robot. It has many human-like features, obviously skin, hair, eyes. In other words, many features that would make these artificial beings almost indistinguishable from real human beings. Now yes, of course, yes. We're talking fiction here, science fiction. However, in current times, the advancements in robot technology shows how close we are to reaching a point of lifelike androids. The point is, this is one clear technology that humans, for whatever reason, are trying to create in reality. A clear form of art. Imitating life, or life imitating art? A bit of both. Now, a replicant android, the very unique android, originally created by Philip K. Dick in the amazing book Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? A title which at first would seem weird and confusing until you read the book. Then the title makes a lot of sense. But to not waffle on about electric sheep and other electric animals, which is a big part of both the book and the movie, we'll focus more on the lifelike, artificial being, the replicant. Now, a replicant is a fictional bioengineered human being from the movie Blade Runner and the book, and also seen in the 2017 sequel, Blade Runner 2049. A decent sequel, to be honest, a decent sequel. The Nexus replicants, which are the main replicants you see in Blade Runner, in the first movie Nexus 6 replicants, because of their lifelike appearance and ability to act human, now the only way to tell between a human being and this artificially engineered lifelike being is with a Voight-Kampff test. Because replicants are designed to be human-like and more human than human, these artificial beings are able to display emotions, which is partly why replicants are so dangerous. Now, the Voight-Kampff test is designed to get a non-verbal response from a replicant. In other words, and to simplify, to get the androids to slip up and mess up and basically confuse themselves, have a brain fart in trying to understand certain normal or, close to normal human reactions to certain things. Simple things. Now, the Nexus 6 replicants, the ones seen in Blade Runner, they only have a 4-year lifespan, and this is for a few reasons. One main reason, if the Nexus 6 replicants lived longer than 4 years, what ends up happening is they really become more human-like. In other words, a Voight-Kampff test will no longer work on them. So after 4 years, a Nexus 6 replicant would advance so much, become so human-like, that the only way to tell it's an artificial being is to cut it open and then use a microscope, because of how well and lifelike they're built. Now, the movie Blade Runner starts with the main character Rick Deckard, played by Harrison Ford. His mission is to hunt a bunch of rogue, escaped Nexus 6 replicants that were basically on a rampage, and they murdered 23 people. The film focuses on Rick Deckard hunting these skin jobs, as replicants are called in Blade Runner, skin jobs. So police officer / bounty hunter, fully known as a Blade Runner, their job was to hunt these skin jobs, these rogue replicants that were now hiding on Earth. Now, in order for Rick to get a feel of these replicants, he's introduced to Rachel, a Tyrell Corporation Nexus 6 prototype. And spoilers for the sequel, it shows how advanced the Nexus 6 replicants really were. But you see, even though this bounty hunting police officer, this Blade Runner knows, even though he knows this replicant, he knows it's an android, he knows she's not real. However, from his, let's say, intimate relations with Rachel, He soon discovers the meaning of more human than human. And this is a pivotal point for the character in the book and the movie, basically because this supposed human, whose job it is to hunt replicants, has now fallen in love with one, which does make for good storytelling, to be honest. Now, part of what makes it such an interesting story is how averse he was at first to replicants, and he still is. However, to then see and understand how far it really goes and how far being a human or supposed human can really go, it did make him question his humanity. And personally, I do believe the book is solely based around humanity. Though it is based around androids, it's mostly based around humanity, I think. What is real? What is life? What is love? What are the senses? Are they real things or just how our brains interpret the world? So for this and many reasons, why replicants are by far the best androids in fiction. And the scary thing is how far modern technology is moving towards creating androids. And you have to wonder, what company will eventually create replicants?